Everyone said buying condoms was no big deal and nobody would say anything. Well, that was an effing lie. I pull up at Walgreens and I walk over to the aisle with condoms. I go, well, I guess I need some deodorant too. So I pick some up and then grab a box of condoms. I get to the checkout line, I'm standing there, and this one old lady is like, "Excuse me, son, mind me asking how old you are?" And I'm like, I'm 167. Then she purses her lips and makes this judging ass face and says, "Aren't you a little young to be using those?" At this point, the other 5 people in the line are all looking at me, so I got angry and just started acting snarky. "Oh, my bad, lady. I'ma just hit it raw and hope she don't get knocked up." She felt offended, so she shut up pretty quick. And then, when I get to the front of the line, the effing cashier scans the box, smiles, and says, "First time with these? Are you effing kidding me? Why would he ask that?" Whatever. I just said, no, second, actually, even though it was actually my first. Ugh. Anyways, I hate people. I just want to buy some condoms in peace, damn. When she said, "Aren't you a little young to use those?" you should have said, "Aren't you a little old to care?" Or deodorant is for all ages, ma'am. Pretty much the same thing happened to me the first time I bought condoms. I was late to school already, and I was like, damn, I should get some now since no one will be at the store at 8 a.m., and the lady at the store refused to sell me the condoms. I got pissed and asked for her name and looked at her and went, "Cool, when my girlfriend gets pregnant, I'll name the kid after you," and I left. Turns out she somehow knew my mom, and I got my ass handed to me. Still worth it. Cashier, "Would you like a bag?" Me, "Nah, I'll just wear them out." Cashier, "Would you like a bag?" Me, "Gee, she's not that ugly." I remember when I went to prom, we had to get patted down. My mom had me bring condoms and she put it in my suit jacket. The security guy seemed suspicious when he felt my pocket because the soft container easily could feel like a weed bag. So I have to go, "It's a condom." The effing guy decides to go, "Oh, good for you, man," loudly and slap me on the shoulder. To make matters worse, I went stag. The first time I bought them, the cashier, who was around 17, just said, "Hey," winked at me and then sold them to me. That was fun. My boyfriend used to go to Walgreens, but now we go to Walmart since a box of 3 condoms at Walgreens is the same price as a box of 12 at Walmart. Plus, they have self-checkout at Walmart so we can avoid everyone, LOL. Aren't you a little young to be using those? You know, you're right. Become celibate. Call the store manager and tell them the rude crap they've been saying to you. That's really out of order. I work in a store, and it's pretty much an unwritten rule that you never, ever, ever judge a person or make fun of them for what they're buying, especially when it comes to things like condoms, tampons, pregnancy tests, adult diapers, etc. I forced my girlfriend to come in with me to buy some once, and then the cashier said afterwards, "Have a nice night." And like an idiot autopiloting, I just blankly responded, "Oh, we will." My girlfriend was so red afterwards, it was the funniest thing. Okay, why do people get mad at you for doing the right thing? Like it's better that you use them than the consequences of not using them, but the cashier sounds like she was trying to be polite and make like an awkward conversation, but it failed. My friend's grandmother works in a hospital, so my friend has a ton of spare condoms. Whenever I need one for other stuff, I'm still a virgin. I just get it from him. Where I live, condoms are free at the local youth health center. Don't know what it's called in English, but basically a bunch of counselors and stuff. It's just that you have to knock on their door and ask for them. A while back, I was planning for some fun times and went over there to prepare. Normally my guy gets them, so this was my first time and I had no idea which kind he usually goes for. So this lady opens the door and I explain my business, and she asks me what kind I want. I must have looked super confused because she proceeds to show me all the options and explain the differences. Apparently there's a Tutti Frutti flavored one called Yum Yum. 1 out of 10 tastes like crap, and I walked out of there with 15 different kinds of condoms in my pockets. It was awkward, but educational. 10 out of 10 would do it again. I bought condoms on a dare when I was like 9 years old. I was trying really hard not to laugh as I did. I was scared too. Picture this little dorky fat boy with a bowl haircut. No lie, the black dude at the cash register said, "Who you effing?" Honestly, that sounds effing hilarious. Every time I buy condoms, it's pretty chill. Everyone gets that it's not their business, though I do live in Finland, so anything that isn't your business really isn't your business. One time we did it raw, and I know I pulled out fast enough, but she wanted to make sure. So my most embarrassing time was a 20-pack of condoms, 2 pregnancy tests, just in case, and some chocolate. The cashier said nothing. She didn't even flinch. About a 25-year-old woman. I was so surprised I let her keep the change. I'm 16 too, by the way. Point is, don't sweat it. They're just jealous that someone's getting some action. That is when you say, buying my Christmas gifts, one of my friends actually needs these more than me, then pay and walk away. The first time I bought condoms, I also had a bad experience. So I live in a small town, it's not uncommon to bump into someone. So I was buying condoms at the local grocery store and went to check out. There I see the best friend of my mom. My first reaction was F. I panicked and just threw the condoms over a shopping lane. She turns around and sees me and says, "Oh, hi, what are you buying?" I said, "Chewing gum." She bought the chewing gum for me. I went to another grocery store afterwards. Had a nasty shock though. PSA: confidence is everything. Never be nervous about buying condoms. Stroll down the family planning aisle and give anyone who scowls a "that's right, IF" kind of look. Then flip down your sunglasses and go pay. That happened to me once. I walked around the whole supermarket 3 times before getting the guts to stop at the condom section. Had to kneel down to see them. I finally did, got mocked 3 times by various passing men, am a girl, and decided to, in the heat of the moment, I'm gonna own it. I bought 4 pineapples, a box of condoms, and some tissues. I felt like the entire supermarket stared, but no one dared question it until I got to the checkout and the girl said, "Looks like you've got a good night planned." And I said yes, with a great big excited smile. I didn't. I was buying them for a flatmate who I knew who was about to hook up with a girl I'd seen about town with everyone. Stupid that it's so freaking hard to buy something so important. Pro tip: buy condoms online. If you have a regular partner. 50 packs with different brands are like $20 on condomusa.com. If not, you can still get roughly the same price in smaller quantities without having to deal with this. I've been having sex for 7 years and I still don't feel comfortable buying them, and have made the poor decision to hit it raw because I don't want to stop at a carryout. Be safe. The first time I bought condoms, 18 I think, this young cashier told me that he couldn't cash out because his religion said he can't touch them. He looked at them very uncomfortably and was almost afraid to touch them. I waited at the counter for 10 minutes with 4 other people in line for his manager to show up so I could cash out. It was a long 10 minutes. I walked to Dollar General by myself so my good Christian parents wouldn't find out. I spend 10 minutes looking for condoms. Apparently Dollar General sells them from behind the counter, so I have to go up to the cashier and ask for some condoms. I was freaking dying inside. I was hoping I could just not talk to the cashier at all, but I had to ask her face to face for the condoms. Most awkward experience of my life. I work at a pharmacy and once had a kid ask if you had to be 18 to buy condoms, to which I replied, "No, and if you aren't 18, please buy them." Call Corp and demand satisfaction, and demand a follow-up from the store manager. No shit. What she did was extremely out of line. I am in no way kidding. Be nice, be respectful, etc., and let them know in no uncertain terms that the cashier's behavior was out of line and unacceptable. If they give you pushback, tell them to transfer all your scripts to the nearest CVS. 90% of store profits come from the pharmacy. They will listen. Source: former CVS ASM. I can relate. As a white foreigner working in a town in China about 15 years ago, I was quite the novelty anytime I ventured into the mall. Buying condoms one time at a supermarket, there were no less than 30 people standing around studiously examining my purchases. It was amusing to hear the conversations ranging from apparent embarrassment at observing such a thing to disbelief that Chinese condoms would fit a Westerner. They're rubber. They stretch. It's so shitty of people. No wonder some teens end up pregnant. They're too embarrassed because the rest of the country is too busy giving you double standards. America's attitude regarding sex is effed up. We're not really going to teach you to respect sex or discuss it openly as a society. Instead, we're going to make it taboo. But we're also going to throw it in your face via advertising in movies, games, etc. It's everywhere. But we're going to pretend it's some achievement to unlock. Oh, and while sex is in front of you and distorted into a marketing tool, don't talk about it rationally. The crazy cognitive dissonance made me too nervous to buy condoms back in high school because of stuff like you're describing. Ended up having a scare and worrying because the girlfriend was Catholic and didn't believe in birth control. She has 5 kids now. Yes, I was dumb, but I think our culture is trash when it comes to treating sex with maturity. Being 35 and still hearing 20 to 30-somethings talk about sex like it's some schoolyard forbidden topic is ridiculous. 2 days ago, I stopped in for condoms at a gas station, and the cashier looked at me, then out to my car where my girlfriend was waiting in passenger side. The clerk smiles at me, nods approvingly, and comments on the multiple packages. It's only because they sold in packs of 3, but he's adamant I'm about to take her to Pound Town, and ends with something like, "Nice." I'm still uncomfortable thanks to that mouth breather. It doesn't do kids any favor that the adult population is too reluctant or retarded to discuss difficult topics. Kinda makes sense where we are as a country. Things are getting better with your generation socially, but it's a shame horn dogs and holier-than-thou types make the experience so awkward for everyone. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and don't forget to watch our other videos.